You're about to see for yourself how the Siberian / Mongolian formed phenotype beings, the immigrants that came across the straits to here, the ones that's playing like they are the original Indians of the Americas when they are not. And you Mexicans are bastard children of the conquistadors mixing with our copper-colored genes, and then the mulattoes from those mixing with Asians, and then here you are, Mexican people. These are facts. I'm not bashing you. It is what it is. You are not First Nation people. You are not indigenous to the Americas. Y'all are the ones that came here and we was at war with y'all. Y'all came here and we was at war with y'all, and y'all are the ones that sold many of us into slavery to the colonizers. You are the ones that made the treaties with the colonizers. So my brothers and sisters, my copper-colored brothers and sisters that are misnomer African American, anytime you hear that they say Indians had us as slaves and that's how we get Indian in our blood, that's a fucking lie. It is these Mongolian, Siberian immigrants posing as the original Indian. Those are the ones that made the treaties with the government and have called themselves civilized tribes. And the government has even broken their treaties also. So they sold us out and they got sold out. But let's go ahead and get into this thing. Now, you're going to hear the term Seminoles. Seminoles is a byproduct. It's a word that describes all of the Florida Indians. We're not Seminoles. It's a word. It's a word that means runaway or defiant. You know, but there were many tribes in Florida and had their own name. The Calusas in the Tampa area, the Miamians, where the word for the city Miami come from, they just dropped the Y, Miami. And then you have many other. Tampa was not Tampa. The original spelling for Tampa is Tanpa, Tampa. Chattahoochee River is the original name. A lot of the cities, Apalachicola, all of these are original names. So let's get into this video and I'm going to show you how the Siberian Mongolian have stolen our birthright.
In recent years, Indian tribes across the country have reaped windfall profits, usually from gambling operations, and some, like the Seminole Nation of Oklahoma, from belated government payouts for lands taken hundreds of years ago. But what makes the Seminole tribe unlike any other has existed for centuries as a mixture of Indians and blacks, runaway slaves who joined the...
There's no mixture of any Indians and blacks. We copper-colored people, misnomer black, when our skin are not black. Our skin are copper-colored brown. We are the original, what they call Indian. Yeah, the Indian is a Siberian and Mongolian, but we are the aboriginal indigenous people of America. We are the Tamaricans. You see the Mexican guy on the left-hand side? He's not Indian. Indians and blacks, see how they try to pose Indian and blacks, make it seem like we was in slavery and we ran down into Florida and that's where we escaped slavery, and then the Indians took us in and protected us, and us and the Indians fought against the colonizers. No. Osceola was black. Mickinoka was black. Well, Mickinoka had Dumbo locks, like 10 Dumbo locks. we copper colored people and all of the so-called Indians did not have straight hair. A lot of us had kinky curly hair. Google images of the indigenous Americans when the ships arrives and look at that. Look at the temple walls in South America and in Mexico. All of them look the exact same color as the misnomer African American male. So no, Mexicans, those are not y'all on those temple walls, and you know it. Y'all know y'all are not the Indians. Hollywood put y'all on TV to make y'all is not Indian. Y'all are immigrants. This is not hate. This is the truth.
Together, they fought government troops in some of the bloodiest wars in U.S. history. In the late 1830s, the Seminoles lost their land and were forced to a new Indian home in what is now Oklahoma. Over the years, some of them intermarried, and that blurred the color lines even further. Now, the government...
Just in case y'all didn't know, the Florida tribes never got conquered by the colonizers. We whooped their ass. We took them down in the Everglades. We took them down in the swamps, and we guerrilla warfare on them. We whooped their ass. They retreated, and on the retreat path, they found a village where we stored our women and kids, hid them away, and they found our women and kids, and they slaughtered the village that had our women and kids in there. Jackson, who Jackson County is named after was a motherfucker. Walter Plecker with the paper genocide, changing indigenous Americans, Native Indians from Indian to Negro, stealing our identity. Y'all just don't know the hell.
The government is paying the tribe $56 million for those lost Florida lands, and the money is threatening to divide a nation. Talk to Seminole Chief Jerry Haney. He says the black members are no longer welcome by many in the tribe. After 300 years together, the chief says the tribe wants them to either prove they're Indian or get out.
Listen, the federally recognized tribes, they are getting our funding by posing as us. They don't even have Native American a drop in them. The chiefs of these civilized tribes are not even indigenous. They're immigrants. And for all of the copper colored people that are trying to get recognized by these tribes and get accepted, fuck that shit. It doesn't matter. We are on the reservations called ghetto state sanctioned reservation. Those are federal reservations that they're on, and they're getting the federal funding. They are not for our best interests, and they are fake. Stop trying to join them.
What are you hoping that the black Seminoles will do now? Are you hoping they will just pack up and go away?
I would hope so.
So if they're black and they can't prove that they have Indian blood, go away.
Look at that motherfucker. He's a Siberian Mongolian. He's an immigrant. He is not Indian. He's not indigenous to America. They're playing y'all.
Basically, that's what we're saying.
Harsh words from the Seminole chief for the 2,000 black members of this mixed Indian tribe. In response, they say they're just as much Seminole as he is.
I fished in these woods. I hunted in these woods. I went to stomp dances just like the regular Seminoles did. And I never knew I was any different for a long time.
Yeah, we are the original. that.
On Sunday, go with Loretta Guest to County, Oklahoma. You'll find Black Seminoles together, singing hymns in Seminole, sharing meals, and catching up on tribal news. Walk with her through the Indian cemetery out back, and you'll find their ancestors are buried together as well.
My aunt is next to him.
Were there any distinctions made as to you all are the Black Seminoles? We're nice to you, but you're the Black Seminoles.
No, nothing like that. We've always been treated as one to another. No difference at all.
It was an alliance that began more than 300 years ago in Florida when runaway slaves and different Indian tribes sought refuge together and later fought the white man.
You hear what they say? Different Indian tribes. We wasn't slaves. They try to make it seem like we ran away slaves. Y'all Africans, y'all Africans came here. Y'all was in cahoots with the white man. Y'all all skin people ain't kin people. Y'all dressed up like us. And then in the wee hours of the night, you stole our women and our soldiers, and you helped the colonizers get them onto their ships. And they took us away from here. They didn't bring us to here from Africa. Y'all Africans know you are not us. Y'all do not like us, and we don't fuck with y'all either. Because we know that we're not the same people. If we're African Americans, then why we can't get deported? The Mexican come over here from Mexico, when they do a crime or whatever, they do their time and then they get deported back. The Chinese can get deported back. We cannot get deported to Africa because Jesse Jackson came up with the term African American. We are not African. Has nothing to do with it.
Joe Opala, a history professor at James Madison University in Virginia, says that from the beginning it was a melting pot tribe. So these people all banded together and somehow became Seminole?
Became Seminole. And in fact, the word Seminole is not even an Indian word. It is derived from a Spanish word, cimarron, meaning runaway slave.
Yeah, listen.
Became Seminole. And in fact, the word Seminole is not even an Indian word. It is derived from a Spanish word, cimarron, meaning runaway slave.
Unconquered, untamed,
So
savage.
You don't have an Indian tribe. It was a multi-ethnic coalition.
Historical evidence.
It was a multiple ethnic coalition, meaning that we grouped up with others that was not even original people because we didn't know no damn better. And then they kicked the whole the original people out of the Cherokee nations and the federally recognized tribes. Kicked all us out because you ain't have no business being in that motherfucker anyway, because it does not substantiate your bloodline. They don't go by blood type. How much Indian you have in your blood. They don't go by that. They go by the Dawes Rolls. And if their grandparents swindled their name onto the Dawes Rolls, which a lot of them did, and that's why you have $5 Indian. A lot of white people saying they got Indian in them. No, your grandparents are on the Dawes Roll. That's why you get recognized as Indian, because your grandparents paid $5 to get on the Dawes Roll. And that's what the federal recognized tribes or the government goes by, is whose name is on the Dawes Rolls. Let's talk about the Dawes Roll.
That's their close relation.
Man, pause it right here and let Pharaoh talk about the Dawes Rolls right quick. Where's Pharaoh? I just had young Pharaoh. Y'all bear with me. Alright. I'm trying to piece this together and not make these videos too long. Here we go. Young Pharaoh breaks down the Dawes Roll. Where's that? Pharaoh, where you at? Oh my God. I just had Pharaoh. Hold up. Young Pharaoh broke that thing down. Real footage band. Well, if I don't find the Pharaoh version of the Dawes Rose soon, I'm going to end this video. Uncivilized, mind blowing. I apologize about the ending. I did not mean to end this like this, but golly, Pharaoh was breaking that damn thing down too. Well, we're gonna end this. Here you go. Here we go. I found it just in time. We're at 17 minutes. I apologize for this being drawn out, but if you really want to know the truth, hang in there with me and watch our Pharaoh break down this thing about the Dawes Roll, okay? Let's get into it. Because now we So if y'all want more receipts of God Wars, cop that book. Alright? Now with that said, because now we want to ask ourselves, why don't black people think that they were the Indians? Why do niggas only think that they was fucking African? Break it down to them. I'll tell you why. One, the word semantics got you fucked up. See, this is U.S. Department, the intent. You go to the you go to and you search information on dial scrolls. I did this myself. I screenshotted this shit myself. I went there myself. And so that being said, it says what? Information on the dial scrolls. The Dawes Commission was organized in 1893 to accept applications for tribal enrollment between 1899 and 1907 from the American Indians of the 5 civilized tribes who resided in the Indian Territory, which later became the eastern portion of Oklahoma. The 5 civilized tribes consist of the Cherokee, Choctaw, Creek, Seminole Indians, and Chickasaw Indians. Okay? Now, with that being said, here's a paper on the Dawes Roll. Now, these say identify Mississippi Choctaws. So what happened was, a part of one of the treaties in the Dawes Commission was to give land back to the Indians that was wrongfully taken. Okay? And so, as you can see, this shit say Williamson Mill. Most of these motherfuckers is white. Age 30, full-blooded Indian. Name of. So what happens was with the Dawes Rolls is the government allow other white people. Here we go. Listen. To pay $5 $5 Indians down as if they were an Aboriginal Indian, so that way they. And they 20. But the reason that white people to receive the benefits from the they was supposed to be up, okay? Right here, another just let me find it. 1902 July 1st. It says the commission of the 5 civilized will continue into all is doubtful will be completed. Okay? Now this goes to, now you have to ask yourself, who the fuck is this nigga? Because this not a real Indian. Okay? So who is him? I'm finna show you. Okay? This is a $5 Indian. This is a Mexican. Okay? That's right. Yeah. Hey, now I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, man. But y'all go ahead and finish listening to that young Pharaoh break this thing down. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. One more again. You keep bringing this thing up to you in your awareness. Alright, go ahead on your eyes. Don't be afraid. The light gonna hurt just because you never use your eyes. So the light is gonna be very bright. It's just like when you're trying to look at the sun. Seeing the truth for the first time is like a person coming outside of a dark house and looking at the bright sun in the sky and trying to look right into it. It hurts your eyes. But keep looking, you get stronger and you'll be able to stand the light. I'm out.